To grow a healthy tree, it is important to plant a seed and nurture it. Similarly, if you want to succeed in life, then it is essential to plant seeds of success with hard work and determination. For most people, getting higher education is one way to plant seeds of success in life. Pursuing higher education is one of the most important decisions that most people will make in their lifetime. And depending on the choices that you make when deciding to pursue higher education, it will define the course for rest of your life. Your circumstances and decision around institution, specialization, and location will greatly impact your ability to prosper in life. For example, graduating from the most prestigious institution in the most demanding degree at the right location can make you very wealthy with strong connections. Or it can literally put cycles of debt of hundreds of thousands of dollars that you'll be paying for rest of your life. For example, if you decide to study Egyptian history, a degree with high competition and low demand, higher education is often looked at as a golden ticket to achieve your dreams and life goals, be it breaking away from the poverty to the comfort of richness or moving from one country to another. People think higher education as answer to all of their problems. So the point is, when you decide to pursue higher education, do it with planning and careful consideration. In this video, we'll talk about different avenues of studying in Canada, from top universities to top colleges. We'll thoroughly explore new legislation around international students, from changes in the GIC amount to the student work hours and the cap on international students. This video will provide a complete guide to studying in Canada for domestic and international students. So please watch the video till end. My name is Akash, and for those of you who are new to the channel, I'm a software engineer working at Microsoft Canada, and I've graduated with master's degree in computer science at Simon Fraser University. Before we get started, please hit a like button and subscribe. It will really help me. Canada has been top destination for students and professionals around the world. And why not? Because it offers affordable education option compared to most other Western countries. And it has friendlier immigration policy. For example, it will cost you significantly more to get higher education from the US if you are an international student compared to Canada. And you'll have a significantly better chance to get a permanent residency and settle in Canada compared to the US. Therefore, Canada can be an ideal option for you to pursue higher education. Before we talk about different options to get higher education in Canada, I'll talk about 4 different prospective student profiles. And depending on your situation and profile, I'll provide my recommendations to study in Canada. Profile 1 contains domestic students who just graduated from high school and are looking to study further. Profile 2 consists of domestic students with an undergraduate degree looking to pursue master's degree. Profile 3 consists of international students who just graduated from high school and are looking to move to Canada to pursue higher education. And last profile is international students with an undergraduate degree, preferably 4 years in duration, looking to study in Canada. So remember your profile, and throughout the video, I'll provide recommendation for each category of student. So let's get started. Pursuing higher education in Canada mainly consists of 2 parts: diploma and degree. Diploma programs are offered by colleges and are shorter in duration compared to the degree programs. Most diploma and advanced diploma programs will be around 2 to 3 years in duration, and if you are international students, you'll be provided with 1 to 3 years of work permit depending on the duration of the program. However, with the recent changes in legislation around international students in Canada, you'll only get work permit if you graduate from select few institutions. And we'll talk about these institutions later. For international students that consist of profile 3 and 4, it will be much more affordable to pursue a diploma degree or a master's degree from Canada compared to pursuing an undergraduate degree. Second option to study in Canada is to get a degree that can be either master's degree or an undergraduate degree. So given this, if you are a prospective student looking to study in Canada, I have compiled a spreadsheet that contains top universities, mid-level universities, and top colleges in Canada. In the spreadsheet, I've used computer science or software engineering as a preferred degree of specialization. And why not? Tech sector is one of the highest paid career in Canada. And don't worry, you too can have a successful tech career if you study the right skills and take the right courses. By having a job in tech sector, it will be easier for you to get your permanent residency in Canada. However, if you're interested to study in any other specialization than computer science, this spreadsheet is still relevant. The top level university, the mid-level universities, and the top colleges in spreadsheet will be ranked somewhere similar for other specialization, and it will cost you similar as well. In short, the spreadsheet contains the top universities, the mid-level universities, and the best colleges to study any specialization in Canada. And don't worry, I'll link the spreadsheet in the description section so you'll be able to access it. Spreadsheet has 4 different sheets. First contains top 7 universities to pursue higher education in Canada. Second sheet has next 7 universities, and the last sheet contains top colleges to pursue post-secondary education in Canada. I also have added one more sheet in the spreadsheet called in-demand jobs and skills. This spreadsheet is still in development and it will keep evolving over time. For the computer science degree or a course, the spreadsheet contains basic information such as duration, fees for the domestic student, and fees for the international student. We also have a column to check if the university provides CoOp as part of the degree. And if you don't know what CoOp is, it is essentially an internship where you can get industrial experience while you are studying. CoOps are usually 1 or 2 semesters long during your 3rd or 4th year of education and will be paid positions. Most companies that are hiring computer science major students will pay minimum of $2,000 to $2,500 per month during your co-op. And most companies will also offer full-time position upon the completion of your studies as you have already gained experience in their domain. And obviously, if the company were to hire new employee, they would have to retrain them on their culture and domain. Therefore, companies will save significant amount of money and time by just hiring someone who has already worked on co-op with them. Even if they did not hire you, having co-op experience on your resume will help you immensely to land your first job in Canada. So I'll highly recommend that you do co-op as part of your higher education because it will make your transition to the industry a seamless process. Apart from that, I've also added the cost of living column in the spreadsheet. And remember, this is estimated cost for an average student life in Canada. Depending on your circumstances and situation, this can be higher or lower. For example, if you get a roommate and share a single room with another person, then it will be cheaper than the cost of living displayed in the spreadsheet. And if you choose to rent a 1-bedroom apartment on your own, then cost of living will be significantly higher. Location will also play a crucial role in cost of living. I have tried to adjust for the city, but if you do decide to move into the suburbs and commute to the university or college, you can get cheaper cost of living at the expense of commute time. So with that being said, let's look at the top 7 universities to study computer science in Canada. University of Toronto, University of Waterloo, and University of British Columbia are mostly tied for the first place rank for computer science degree in Canada. First 2 universities are located in Greater Toronto area, while later is located in Vancouver. If you are a domestic student looking to get an undergraduate degree, University of Waterloo or University of British Columbia will be your most affordable and best possible option. I have highlighted them in light green color. However, if you are an international student looking to get an undergraduate degree from top institution in Canada, Simon Fraser University or University of Montreal are the cheapest option. Drawback for the University of Montreal is that you would have to live within Quebec and you may be required to know French. However, as the university is located in Montreal, you can still get around by using English. But for jobs, you may be required to be bilingual. On the other hand, SFU, also known as Simon Fraser University, is second cheapest option to get an undergraduate degree from Canada as an international student. As it is located in Burnaby, British Columbia, you do not need to know French. You can just get by using English. But my advice is, if you are not a rich international student, do not come to Canada to pursue undergraduate degree as it would be very expensive and return on the investment may not be worth it compared to pursuing a master degree in Canada. As you can see in the spreadsheet, getting a master degree is significantly cheaper for an international student and return on investment will be significantly better. However, if you are rich and money is not an issue, I would recommend heading to our neighbor, the United States, to get your undergraduate degree. I have made a video of top 5 colleges to study computer science and you can watch that by clicking on the top right corner. Getting undergraduate degree from US will cost you little more than Canada, but return on investment will be significantly higher as the salaries in the US are much better compared to Canada. And of course, you can always move into Canada if you do want to settle by pursuing master's degree or filing for PR as part of Express Entry program. You can also explore the programs of other top universities such as McGill and University of Alberta by clicking on the link. So, these were the top 7 universities to get education in Canada, and competition will be fierce to get an admission. If you do not get into these universities, then we can head over to the next sheet to look for the mid-level universities in Canada. Fee structure for the next 7 universities are also similar to that of top university. I have also outlined the most affordable university for domestic students in light green color and for international students in dark green color. I have also included the list of next few best university apart from the ones listed in the spreadsheet. However, I have not ended up collecting all the information on the computer science program. And if you still do not get into these universities, don't lose hope. You can still be successful in your career, but it will be a little bit more uphill battle. I would advise you to think thoroughly about planning your education and specialization carefully in order to maximize your chance of being successful. I want to highlight McMaster and York University in this sheet. Both universities are most affordable for domestic students. I would highly recommend that you decide to pursue your education around GTA area as there are abundant tech opportunities. Graduating from any mid-level universities around Greater Toronto area will ensure that you can land your first job easily compared to more remote towns. For example, it would be harder for you to land your first job after graduating from Saskatoon compared to Toronto. York University is also most affordable university for international students, but I would advise if you have money, then please go to the US for an undergraduate degree. And master's degree at any of this institution will be affordable for both domestic and international students. And last seat that I want to cover is the top colleges in Canada. If you are a domestic student, I would advise you to pursue undergraduate degree compared to getting a diploma. However, if you are an international student and would like to pursue diploma or want an affordable option after graduating from a high school, these colleges will be your best option. I have highlighted Seneca and Langara College. I would recommend both of these colleges with CoOp option. Towards the bottom of the sheet, I have also included other colleges that have reasonably good reputation. However, with the recent changes in international student regulation, they may not provide you with postgraduate work permit after completing your graduation. The list of colleges that I've included from row 2 to row 15 will provide you with a postgraduate work permit upon graduation. There is one campus from the Ceredian College that will not provide you with a postgraduate work permit. However, if you do decide to pursue your education in Oakville campus, they will give you postgraduate work permit. I have more advice for all domestic and international students looking to pursue higher education towards the end of the video. So please watch the rest of the video. With everything that we covered, let's talk about documents that you will need to get an admission at Canadian institution. First is statement of purpose. This will be required for both domestic and international students. If you don't know, statement of purpose is 1 or 2 page long document that outlines your background and why you would like to study at that Canadian institution. Second is educational credential. This is also required for both domestic and international students. So your high school transcript and undergraduate degree transcript will fall under this. Third is GIC, and this is only required for international students. Current amount for GIC is $20,000. If you don't know what GIC is, then it is basically putting money into bank and bank will give you back that money every month for your living cost. Next is IELTS exam, and it is only required for international students. You'll need minimum of 6.5 in all 4 sections to get into university, and you'll need about 6 in all sections to get into colleges in Canada. And lastly, if you're an international student, you'll need WES credential. And let me know in the comment section if you don't know what WES credentials are or how to apply for one. I'll make a video on it. Once you get an admission from Canadian institution, big question is how will you decide where to study? There are 4 main factors that you should consider when deciding where to study: job opportunity, specialization, cost of living, and brand prestige. So let's talk about job opportunity. Canada is currently facing a recession and thousands of workers have been laid off. So it will be very challenging for you to get your first job in Canada. So I'll recommend please explore how much placement does your institution have for your degree of specialization. Connect with alums of that institution. It is very easy to connect. You can simply send a LinkedIn message to them and ask for more information about how was their experience at that institution. And once you establish this connection, it will be really helpful for you when you are looking for your first opportunity in Canada. Second is specialization. Obviously, if your degree is not in demand, then you will have a hard time landing your first opportunity in Canada. So think about the specialization very carefully. Next is cost of attending, obviously, and this also includes cost of living. If you'd like to know more about the cost of living and job opportunities in Canada, I have created a video on it. You can watch the video by clicking on the top right corner. So depending on the location, the cost of living will vary. So please choose accordingly. And at last, brand prestige. Brand value of the institution will help you with landing opportunities. If your institution has good brand value, you'll get more opportunities to interview and eventually convert them into full-time full-time positions. So spend at least few days when you are deciding between different institutions, because this is a life-changing decision and treat it as such. Let's talk about recent legislation changes for international students in Canada. First, GIC amount. Recently, Canadian government raised the GIC amount from $10,000 to $20,000 for prospective international students.
So starting in on January 1st of next year, in 2024, the financial requirement for study permits will be raised to reflect the current cost of living. And as such, a single applicant will need to show that they have $20,635 in funds to support themselves in Canada, moving up from $10,000, as I mentioned in French.
Part-time work hour changes for international students. Recently, Canadian government reduced the number of hours that an international student can work while studying. And last, Canadian government has put cap on number of international students and also changed the rules and regulations around the work permit.
Today, I am announcing 3 principal measures. 1, a temporary 2-year cap on new international student permits. As of September 1st of this year, postgraduate work permits will no longer be available to public-private institution models. Thirdly, in the coming weeks, we will be announcing that open work permits will only be allowed and be available to spouses of international students enrolled in master's and doctoral programs, as well as professional programs such as medicine and law. Spouses of international students enrolled in other levels of study, including undergraduate and college programs, will no longer be eligible.
So, given all these changes, please decide carefully if you want to study in Canada. Now, let's talk about my advice for prospective students looking to study in Canada. First, if you are an international student with an undergraduate degree, I would highly recommend that you pursue master's degree. Please do not choose diploma programs for your study. You will have much better return on your investment if you choose to pursue master's degree in Canada. While pursuing your degree, ensure that you opt for CoOp programs. It will take you 1 or 2 semesters extra to complete your studies, and it will cost you around $2,000. However, most CoOp positions are paid, so you'll at least be making $2,000 on monthly basis. And CoOp will easily help you cover 1 or 2 semester worth of fees in Canada. If you're a domestic student who just graduated from high school, my advice would be to opt for undergraduate degree compared to a diploma program. Undergraduate degree will cost you a little bit more than a diploma program. However, the return on investment will be much better with an undergraduate degree compared to diploma program. Now let's talk about Profile 3 students. Profile 3 contains students who are international, having just graduated high school and are looking to move to Canada. So as a Profile 3 student, pursuing undergraduate degree in Canada will be very expensive, and return on the investment compared to the money that you spent will not be worth it. So my advice for you would be to complete an undergraduate degree in your own country and come to Canada for master's degree. But if you still want to come to Canada without completing your undergraduate degree, then my recommendation would be to pursue a diploma program with CoOp option. Pursuing diploma with CoOp should not cost you significantly more, but that will provide you the best return on your investment. However, if you are not getting into top colleges in a diploma program with a CoOp, my recommendation is that please wait for a year and come next year. And I'm giving you this advice because over the past few years, the cost of living in Canada has skyrocketed. And while you are a student, you may be able to survive on small amount of money by having roommates or compromising on your hobbies. But life is long. And once you graduate, your needs will change as well. Maintaining living standard while working minimum wage job in Canada will be significantly challenging. So it is very important that you plan your studies accordingly, because having a successful career in Canada will help you achieve your dreams much quickly and much easily. Having a successful career will also help you get your permanent residency much quickly. And deferring your decision by 1 year can help you immensely to achieve your goals. But if I have still not convinced you, I have one last piece of advice for you. Please come to Canada and pursue trades degree. Recently, Canada has started introducing permanent residency quotas for people with trades degree. And if you don't know, trade workers are plumbers, electricians, carpenters, and other workers that are essential for daily function of the society. There is extreme shortage of trades worker in Canada, and therefore you'll be able to make significantly more than minimum wage in Canada. Please do not pursue programs such as international relation as part of your diploma specialization, because it will not be worth it. After all, you are investing significant amount of money to come to Canada and study and eventually settle in Canada. Therefore, it is important that you plan your decision accordingly in order to have the best possible return on your investment. To recap, pursuing higher education is one of the most important decisions that people will make in their lifetime, partly because this decision will shape people's rest of their life. So please take your time and make the decision after carefully planning what you'd like to achieve as byproduct of getting higher education. And like we discussed, you'll be able to access this spreadsheet in the description section of the video. That's it for this video. Please subscribe and watch other videos on my channel. It will really help me. And as always, if you have any question, please comment and I'll try my best to answer them.